to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV. I'm here in Manchester, delighted as always to be joined by Mr. Dalton Smith. Dalton, I mean, are you trying to steal the limelight from Florian? Because that is some get-up right there.
I mean, I don't think it's like a three-piece, isn't it? It's like a three-piece, this one, but, you know, after that performance, I'm representing tonight.
Well, that's including your performance there and that performance from Florian there, that's two outstanding stoppage victories in your dad's gym. But sticking on Florian there, I was expecting this fight. I was just checking in to get my credentials. I came in, I could hear the crowd roar, and it was over before I even saw the fight. So I didn't see the knockout. I saw it on my phone. So break it down to me. Did you expect that to happen? Obviously, you've been in the gym one, but did you expect that?
I always expect Florian to get, you know, a knockout because that's his style. He's explosive. But you know, Dylan Moran, Moran, sorry, he's you know, he's an experienced fighter, and you know, I thought he'd give Florian, you know, a few troubles tonight. You know, I always thought Florian would get the win, but I mean, you know, the fight didn't even get started. You know, 50 odd seconds in, but it's just nice to see the improvements of Florian. You know, he's had a year out and he's been constantly in the gym working on new things, and you know, he's proving that. You know, he's showing everybody what he's working on, and you know, it's just nice to see how he's improving.
He got a few critics in his last fight out in Albania, obviously, with his performance. A lot of people thinking that he may have lost that fight, but that's neither here nor say. There is a W on his record. So for them to produce this type of performance, it was much needed after the last one. Yeah,
that's it. And you know, sometimes we have, every fighter has it themselves. You know, you're not going to blast every single person out. You know, that's boxing. It's a fight at the end of the day. But like you said, sometimes you just need those fights, what pick you back up, and that's the fight for Florian tonight. The champion, the monster.
I'll get him in a minute.
But you know, that just shows what hard work does. You know, staying in the gym, and he's produced a performance like that.
See, the thing with Florian as well, he doesn't just have power on one hand. It seems he's got power in both hands, because what I noticed there when I watched it back on my phone, like I said, was he was southpaw when he pushed Dylan against the ropes. Then he switched back to orthodox. The transition was beautiful. So is that something he's been working on? I don't think I've seen him box southpaw many a times in his career, but that time there when he did land that first shot on Dylan, it was from the southpaw position, but transitioned immediately to the orthodox position. I mean, was that something you'd been working on, or has that just come fluent natural to him?
Of course, and that always comes from the feet. You know, and especially my dad, he's big on footwork. You know, as soon as you're in the gym, the first thing you're learning is footwork, and you know, he's proving it's working. And I mean, everybody just think Florian's a fighter. You know, I've seen Florian in the gym box, and when he's relaxed and he boxes and he uses his aggression with you know, and he's smart with it. You know, he's very destructible, and you know, I've seen what he can do in the gym. It's just putting it into the ring, and you know, and he's showing that he can do it.
Let's speak about you then, because like I said to you, that's been two fantastic knockouts from yourself and Florian from your dad's gym. But back to you. Sam Maxwell was your toughest test today. You managed to stop him and retain your British title. Now, obviously, the next transition is that European title, and that 140-pound division. We spoke about this on your debut. Yeah, so we spoke about this world title shots from the debut, and yeah. So the next transition is probably that European title. Like, forgive me, I don't know who the fighters are that maybe you do know, but is that going to be the route you're going down now?
Yeah, you know, I'd love the European next. You know, I always said I want these traditional belts, and you know, we're looking at the Europeans next, but obviously I'm looking to be out after Christmas now, so I think the Europeans tied up in October for the two guys to fight. You know, I'm not very good with names, so I'll not try and pronounce them, but yeah, I think two guys have got to fight for it, and then hopefully we can get the winner next year. But you know, but we'll see. I'm just staying in the gym. I'm off to a training camp tomorrow in Tenerife for a couple of weeks, so you know, I'm just keeping my head down, improving and working hard.
Dalton, like I said to you, when I first was watching you on your debut, I was there for your second fight, and we've spoke about being in that 140-pound division, and we've spoken about the champions in this division. I mean, that was all them years ago, but now we can almost talk about it with meaning. We can almost say 2, 3, 4 fights away now, and you could be in there with the Catteralls, the Prograis, the Haneys, the Ryan Garcias, the Rowleys, the O'Hara Davises. I mean, I can rattle off a lot of names there. That's some tasty names and some tasty fights for you.
That's it, and you know, for me, I've always liked the thought of the Linares fight. Obviously, Catro's got it next, and you know, I always wanted to fight Linares because you know, I thought it'd have been a great style for me, and you know, to fight one of the, you know, pound for pound best, and you know, a whole time great. You know, I'd love the Jorge Linares fight, but like you say, the 140-pound division stacked, and you know, there's some big fights out there. I've just got to stay switched on, make sure I keep winning, improving, and you know, those big fights will be there in the next 18 months for me.
That's the thing. Obviously, your dad is great in terms of he's not ready. He'll hold you back. You know when it's time to let you off the leash, so to speak. And when I mentioned them names to like Devin Haney, he's moved up to 140 and looks like he's going to fight Regis Prograis. O'Hara Davis is looking like Rolly Romero, but he wants to fight Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia is now in your division. I mean, right now Josh Taylor's moved up, so it's only really you and Jack Catterall that are creeping into that world level at 140 now, but O'Hara Davis as well. So, I mean, it's exciting times ahead, and one that I'm guessing you're looking forward to.
Exactly, you know, from 5 years old, that's all I've done. I've worked hard for those moments, and you know, I'm in touching distance for him now, and that's why I can't let anything slip up. I've got to make sure everything's 100%, and you know, it's a short career, and the names you've reeled off, those are the big fights I want to be in, and at the end of the day, that's the retirement bank. You know, the fights at the end, you need those. You know,
Dad's retirement or your retirement bank?
Both of us. We can get plenty in. But of course, you know, once I've got those, you know, those level fights, you know, I'm more than confident of beating them. It's just about having the experience and not rushing things. Like I say, I'm 26. I want to be in this game till, you know, 33, 34. So there's no rush.
Definitely. Well done. Always a pleasure to see you, big man. And listen, enjoy Tenerife tomorrow.
I will do.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Choose to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,